Local news that matters. This is KC24 News Sunrise.
Ahead on Sunrise, Gavin Newsom visits the Valley to encourage communities to get vaccinated and booster shots in hopes to combat a winter surge.
Plus, Fresno residents continue to call for justice and accountability from the city and prepare to sue if pollution is not addressed in their district.
Good morning. Welcome to KC24 Sunrise. I'm Brody Logan.
And I'm Caroline Collins. Thank you for waking up with us on this Wednesday morning. It's 5 a.m. Let's take a live look outside. Wow, we can see for once out there.
This is fake.
I know. I feel like it's been days since we could actually see the lights, the trees, the road. Ruben Contreras is in now with a check of the forecast.
I know, driving to work this morning, I'm like, I've never seen this before. Like in parts of town, we could actually see. We're not completely free of the fog, but it's not that dense fog that we've been dealing with for almost a week now. Let's take you to the South Valley to show you another live picture from our Valley Cam powered by 813 Properties. This one in Cahuilla Delta at the hospital in Visalia. You can see things are looking pretty good. Visibility for the most part about 3 to 6 miles across the Central Valley. Now, if you're traveling to the coast, there is some dense fog there, but for the Central Valley, it's very patchy. We had cloud cover throughout the day. Matter of fact, just about the entire Central Valley did not see any sunshine yesterday, so that helps us out overnight into the early morning hours, preventing the fog from being widespread or locally dense. Our temperatures are in the 50s, not bad out there. We were in the 50s all day yesterday. Now, the clouds and fog will linger for the morning, and then we're actually going to have clear skies this afternoon and warmer temperatures, but with the clear skies early on, in the evening, that means we're going to have to deal with dense fog again very soon. We'll talk more about that in a few minutes, but first, for now, we will send it back to you.
Thank you, Ruben. An apartment complex in East Fresno goes up in flames. On Tuesday night, more than 24 residents at an apartment complex had to evacuate after a fire broke out and spread quickly. Officials say it started in one unit in the middle of the complex. Battalion Chief Tony Escobedo says the department received multiple calls right after 7 p.m. and when they arrived on scene, they realized the one unit where the fire started is connected to 24 other units through an attic. The fire was spreading quickly among them. Residents were evacuated quickly and safely. No one was injured during this fire. If residents hadn't called so quickly, the situation could have been much worse.
I'll tell you what, if we didn't get the calls coming in and we didn't get here within 4 minutes, we would probably be looking at 24 units and however many displaced in all those 24 units tonight.
Residents inside 4 units are displaced, but everyone else was able to re-enter their apartment. Escobedo believes the building is old enough to where the code did not apply to have fire breaks between all the apartments. That's why it was all connected. It was able to spread so quickly. There might be more people displaced because firefighters had to shut the building's power off. The exact cause is under investigation.
A man in Fresno is slashed by a sword during an argument that turned violent. This all unfolding outside of a business in the area of Marks and Hernan Tuesday afternoon around 4. Fresno police say 38-year-old Yadwinder Singh slashed the 42-year-old victim in the arm during an argument. Investigators say the two knew each other. Officers wrapped the victim's arm in a tourniquet, which likely saved his life. Police have not released the victim's name. He was taken to CRMC for treatment and is in stable condition. Singh is now in the Fresno County Jail and is being held on charges of attempted murder and mayhem.
Governor Newsom visited the Central Valley, pushing for more people, especially kids, to get the COVID shot. Our Medeiros Babb has more on the governor's stark warning to those who have yet to be vaccinated as Kings County continues to show very low vaccination rates.
I just wanted to do it for my grandma because I care for her a lot.
Fiamma Mora and her 9-year-old and 11-year-old daughters rolled up their sleeves outside of Avenal High School to get their COVID-19 vaccines.
For Mommy shall I remember. Keep her in mind.
For the Mora family, the shot the best way to protect their grandmother during the holidays.
I have my mom that is a bit high risk, and I mean, I figure why not try to do it for her if anything. I know they were a little hesitant, but they kept thinking to themselves, for Mommy Chela.
So far, so good. Governor Gavin Newsom visited the vaccine site on Tuesday specifically to promote COVID-19 vaccines and boosters. Despite California leading the nation in the number of vaccines administered, Central Valley counties have much lower vaccination rates, all while many Valley hospitals continue to operate at or near capacity.
They're connected. We were just talking to your interim health director, 89%. 90% of folks that are in the hospital down the road, 90% are unvaccinated. This is not complex. This virus, this disease is not taking the winter off.
Kings County has one of the lowest vaccination rates per capita in the state, with only about 50% of residents vaccinated. Yet in Avenal, Interim Health Director Darcy Pickens says around 71% of residents, excluding the prison population, have gotten the shot.
It is a big deal. The health department has been here to provide the service, but it's been Reef Sunset School District, it's been the supervisors, the mayor, the city of Avenal who have really pushed this effort.
Madeira's Bab, KC24, local news that matters.
A group of Fresno residents are demanding the city to take action against industrial developments they say cause pollution and potential health hazards. People who live in the area of the new Amazon warehouse say that's what's sparking all of the action they've taken this year so far. They've been working with the Leadership Council for what they're calling justice and accountability to sue the city.
It's time that the city is held accountable. It's time that they actually listen to the residents of South Fresno.
Right now, residents are demanding the city stop rezones that allow more industry in South Fresno neighborhoods and adopt an environmental impact report that ensures meaningful protection for residents.
Fresno State is hosting a blood drive in memory of former Fresno State Police Chief David Huerta. Chief Huerta passed away August 2019. He had been hospitalized for more than a year following a double lung transplant. Fresno State teamed up with the Central California Blood Center to set up this blood drive.
We really just need the blood, so as many students as we can to come out. We're always trying to get more students to come out as last year and raise awareness about the importance of donating blood and getting them to volunteer.
The blood drive continues today at the Student Union Walkway in the North Gym from 9 a.m. until 4 p.m.
A celebration is held for a special volunteer at Fresno's Veterans Memorial Museum who just turned 100 years old.
Happy birthday to you.
Bill Biggers served in the Army in World War II and then joined the Fresno Police Department. Organizers believe he's the oldest retired police officer in California, and he still volunteers as a docent at the Fresno Veterans Museum.
Well, I just can't believe that they came up with this. There's so much history, you know, and I enjoy all my work at the police department.
Bill says that the secret to a long life is clean living. He doesn't smoke or drink, and to serve the people and serve God. Bill, you don't look a day over like 70.
The annual Fulton Street, what is it? The party, yeah, the Fulton Street Party. It returns on Saturday. The event celebrates the ongoing revitalization in downtown Fresno. There's going to be live music, food, drinks, and local vendors. Plus, it is kid-friendly. Look how friendly that is for all the kiddos. The event will be held on Fulton Street, from Mono Street to Fresno Street. It runs from noon to 9 p.m. on Saturday.
The Madera Unified School District is handing out 500 winter coats to students in need at several locations in the district. The first school to distribute winter coats to students was Monroe Elementary School.
This is having a huge impact and making a huge difference in a lot of the families here for our district. Not only for us as a district, like I mentioned, you know, having our students coming more ready and prepared to learn, but just the impact that you're having in these students themselves, it means a lot.
The coats were donated by Pacific Farm Management Incorporated. The president of the company grew up in Madera and says he wanted to give back to the community.
KC24 Sunrise Times 509.
Still ahead. Tachi Place is showing off its newly upgraded hotel rooms today. We'll show you some of the new gadgets they installed.
And we are getting a much-needed break from the dense fog, but for how long? First, your 40 allergy forecast brought to you by Boz Allergy. Elm and Juniper are the top pollens, and we're in the low rains through Saturday. I'll show you how long the clear conditions will last as KC Sunrise continues.
I'm waking up my day, so let's get it started. Turn it up, turn it on, keep the morning moving right along. Yeah, I'm waking up my day, you make it feel alright. I'm waking up my day, waking up my day. Don't you know I'm ready for whatever comes my way? I'm waking up my day.
Bathfitter doesn't just fit your bath. With hundreds of custom designs, it fits your style. With our unique tub-over-tub installation in just a day, it fits your schedule with no demo or mess. With quality that's guaranteed for life, it fits your high standards. Why have over 2 million people welcomed Bathfitter into their homes? It just fits. Bathfitter. Call now or visit bathfitter.com to book your free consultation.
The Black Friday mattress sale is on at Sleepmore. Inside, more furniture for less.
Save up to $800 on adjustable mattress sets from Sealy, Tempur-Pedic, and Stearns & Foster.
Our top-of-the-line mattress brands are on sale. And right now, you can take until December 2027 to pay.
That's 2027 interest-free financing on Sealy, Tempur-Pedic.
Sleep just in time for the holidays during the Black Friday mattress sale. Going on now at Sleepmore.
What I want, you've got, and it might be hard to handle, but like a flame that burns a candle, and I can't explain. Oh yeah, well, you make my dreams.
New gifts arriving at a store near you for way less than you expect at TJ Maxx, Marshalls, and Home Goods. Endless selection, great prices all season long.
What no one tells you about addiction is that getting sober is the easy part. Recovery is the continuous goal. It's continuous healing. At First Steps Recovery, it wasn't just about getting sober. It was about the aftercare, job placement, and getting involved with the community. Now my family and I are active in the First Steps Recovery Aftercare program. It's safe to say that the team at First Steps Recovery didn't just save my life. They transformed it.
If you or a loved one needs help recovering from addiction, call First Steps Recovery today and take the first step.
I just had a friend direct message me and say, how can you work in media? It's so negative. There's so much bad news. And I messaged her back and said, there's always more good news than bad. And I think that at News Nation, we have the opportunity to show more positivity and the stories of people from all walks of life. When you have something like Morning in America to wake up to, you can guarantee that you're not only going to leave more informed, but you're going to leave more inspired. We do need to stand with each other, don't we?
Weekday mornings on News Nation, the fastest growing cable news network. Now, forecaster Ruben Contreras with your local weather authority forecast.
Now, we don't have any dense fog right now, but it is kind of cloudy out there. And of course, the clouds lingered over the valley for a good portion of yesterday. And this morning, they're going to stick around, and we're actually going to see some sunshine this afternoon. Another trough is going to dig into California, and this one will actually break things up. I know I said that before, but that last one was very disappointing, and it kept us in the dense fog for a good portion of the weekend and into Tuesday. Visibility this morning about 3 to 6 miles for most of the valley. There are some patches, and they could be a little dense, especially in low-lying areas this morning. But if you are traveling to the coast to, say, Pismo Beach through 41 or through the Monterey area through the 152, there is dense fog in those areas, but we're not dealing with dense fog, at least not yet here in the Central Valley. Let's take you outside to show you our Valley Cam powered by A13 Properties. This one here at our studios in East Central Fresno. We're looking out towards Central Fresno and parts of downtown Fresno off in the distance, and you could actually see them this morning. Certainly a nice change from the past several mornings. 55 degrees in Fresno, dew points at 49, so there's separation right there. There's not 100% humidity, so that's a good sign that we are not dealing with dense fog. Plus, there's a very light breeze, winds from the northwest at 5 miles an hour, so that's also mixing things up. We're in the low to mid 50s this morning, and that was the case all day on Tuesday into the nighttime hours, so not a huge change with our temperatures in the past 24 hours or so. Some valley spots actually just up a degree or two. That happens with the cloud cover late at night, early on in the morning, keeps things just a little bit more mild. There's some cloud cover in the valley right now. That's what's helping keep temperatures above their dew points, but this trough will dig in and mix things up later on this afternoon, this evening. So it'll help clear things up. Of course, if we have clear skies early on in the afternoon into the nighttime hours, we pay the price the next morning. So dense fog could come back tomorrow morning, and we do have air quality concerns now. It is moderate in all valley counties, plus wood burning restrictions are in place for all counties. Fireplace use only allowed if it's a clean burning registered device. 65 today. We only made it to about 58, 59 yesterday. So these are seasonable temperatures. Averages 64. Today's record 81 set back in 2008. Most of the valley today in the 60s. Some patchy fog, a mix of clouds and sunshine in the afternoon. Winds will be fairly light, but it's just enough to help mix things up. Close to 5, maybe 10 miles an hour in some parts of the North Valley. Tonight we are going to see that dense fog return, but it's going to be partly cloudy early on in the evening. We will keep the chilly temperatures around with temperatures in the 40s for tonight and tomorrow. It all depends on the dense fog. If we get enough clearing, we'll make it into the upper 60s, maybe a little bit warmer. If not, upper 50s to lower 60s once again. 7-day forecast shows more of the same, but in this weekend, hopefully another trough digs in and mixes things up, and temperatures will be fairly seasonable, dropping into the low 60s. And of course, skies will still be hazy in the afternoon. That's just going to be an issue until we get some actual rain, but it does not look like it. That'll be the case maybe even the next 7 to 10 days. That would mean things will be dry into Thanksgiving. Your regional forecast available any time of the day. Just check out yourcentralvalley.com for the latest weather info. For now, we will send it back to you.
All right, Ruben, thank you. Tachi Palace Casino in Lemoore made some upgrades to its hotel. The first phase of the renovations is on the second floor of the hotel and is open to the public today. There are new and improved high-tech features in the newly renovated rooms, especially in the bathrooms.
We have the state-of-the-art bathroom with smart glass technology, so the bathroom's all enclosed in glass, and you hit a button, it all automatically smokes. We did really cool things representing community baskets with actually cattle hide leather with laser engraved basketry and tule, and we really have all the technology features with all the USB plugins.
The general manager says throughout the rest of the year, 80 of the renovated hotel rooms will be completed, and next year, all 200 rooms will be completely renovated. It looks really nice.
When I think of high tech, I think of bathrooms.
Well, and I gotta say though, those USB plugs are so convenient. I was in a hotel that did not have one over the weekend, and it honestly made me mad. Yeah, and like so those little features actually.
Vegas, they didn't have that?
Yeah, at Caesar's Palace. I know, it was a nice like room too, and it just didn't have any of like the upgrades.
Like Caesar's Shanty.
I guess I better go to Tachi Palace. KC24 sunrise time is 5:16.
Caesar's Shack. Still ahead. Why the Central Valley is once again the top for crops. Ahead.
Paul Mitchell, the School Fresno, is proud to be helping future professionals follow their dreams and reach great goals. We can help you pursue your career in cosmetology or barbering, and financial aid is available to those who qualify. Come make it happen now at Paul Mitchell, the School Fresno.
Now yourcentralvalley.com pros who know.
A deionizer water treatment system and special wash formula will leave your windows spot-free and repel dust, dirt, and pollen. Call Darkside to learn more.
For more expert advice, go to yourcentralvalley.com/pros who know.
Well, this is our new home until the mortgage company that you chose gets the loan closed.
I should have called Country Club Mortgage.
With offices in the Central Valley, your loan will be done quicker and done right. Apply online or call today. Country Club Mortgage.
In agribusiness, one of the biggest expenses in your operation is electricity. And utilities will only continue to make business more costly to operate. Isn't it time you took your power back? With renewable solar, it's more than just about saving money. It's about making your life better. Because you've worked hard for what you've earned. Let us work hard to help you keep it. Renewable solar. Exceptional people, exceptional performance.
Wow. No braces, everything's hands-free. I wasn't so lucky.
Invis is not your parents' braces. Invis is faster than braces and the clear aligner brand most trusted by doctors, Invisalign.
Shop Macy's Black Friday specials while supplies last. Like makeup, fragrances, and more, 50% off. Plus bedding updates, 65% off. And fun family PJs, $19.99 and under. And get same-day delivery, now at Macy's.
Experience the possibilities of anti-aging medicine at Maj Medical Clinic. Dr. Majzubi's treatment uses the healing benefits of your own stem cells for your optimum health.
I had stabbing pains in my legs from I did a lot of research, and it kept coming up with stem cells. It was a miracle, honestly. I felt better the next day.
If you're suffering from asthma, COPD, arthritis, autoimmune disease, or other neurologic conditions, call Maj Medical Clinic and see if stem cell treatment and cellular therapy are right for you.
I'm so glad we called Country Club Mortgage.
Honey, we're home.
With offices in the Central Valley, your loan will be done quicker and done right. Apply online or call 559. Country Club Mortgage.
KC24 News is brought to you in part by Corner Bakery Cafe.
Fresno County is the #1 county in the nation for agriculture. 2020 was a record-breaking year with ag commodities totaling over $7.2 $3.9 billion with a B dollars. Almonds remain the most valuable crop, followed by grapes, pistachios, and poultry. The Ag Department says Fresno County exports over 70 unique commodities to over 100 countries all over the globe.
KC24 Sunrise Time, 5:20.
Still ahead, Gabe Kapler receives a prestigious honor. What that is, we return.
There are great stories in education across the valley.
Stories of standout students and teachers, innovative programs and curriculums.
All dedicated to improving our valley through education.
The Office of the Fresno County Superintendent of Schools and KC24 are committed to telling these stories.
Featuring educational excellence in our community.
Education Matters, Mondays at 6:30 on KC24. Local news that matters.
Made possible by EECU, Fresno State, and Chevron.
Hit the road with a fresh new Toyota and get ready for what's next. Fill up on new experiences and forge an adventure you'll never forget. New Toyotas are arriving every day. Get low financing on the 36 MPG Highlander Hybrid and the 30 cash back when you Sienna. Toyota, let's go places.
We are the colleges of State Center Community College District. Register now. We'll find the funds.
I'm very thankful for on my studies. Help me.
Register with State Center. We have the tools.
All of you guys register and you could get all the technology that you need.
Get the technology you need.
And we have food pantry support.
I can always rely on the Reedley Food Pantry to provide the items I need to succeed.
State Center, building bright new pathways to your future. Go online to research and register with our colleges now.
At Mid-Valley Disposal, we don't stop because your life doesn't stop. We serve 27 communities throughout the valley, maintaining essential trash collection and recycle processing for all our customers. Our employees continue to set high standards of safety and service during these challenging times. Mid-Valley thanks them for the dedication to customers and to our communities because we don't stop. Mid-Valley Disposal. We promise to do our part while you continue to do yours.
Have you heard? Toys R Us is now at Macy's. This holiday season, find toys every kid will love on Jeffrey's Hot Toy List at Macy's.com.
With clean, fresh ingredients, Panera's new chicken sausage and pepperoni flatbread is a mouth-watering explosion of yes. Craft? Yes. Heartiness? Yes. Living life to the flavor fullest? Heck yes. Panera. Live your yes. Now $1 delivery.
Welcome back. We're getting a break from the dense fog. Now, there's still some patchy fog out there this morning, but things are looking much better compared to the last several days. Take a look at this live picture from our Valley Cam, powered by 813 Properties. This one at Cahuilla Delta in downtown Visalia. You could actually see the hospital this morning. And, of course, the cloud cover never left the valley yesterday. That's been lingering us overnight, so that's kept our temperatures above their dew points. That's why we don't have dense fog this morning. But visibility is starting to drop a little bit towards Merced. 2.5 miles visibility there, 6 in Fresno, 5 in Visalia. There is dense fog at the coast. So if you're traveling west on 152 or south on 41 to the coastal areas, you will run into some dense fog. For the valley, it's very patchy this morning. We're in the 50s. We've been in the 50s all night, and the 50s were our highs yesterday. So we haven't had a huge change of our temperatures. This afternoon, though, we're going to get enough sunshine to push temperatures into the 60s. Fairly seasonable. 65 is close to the average of 64 for this time of year. So when the school day starts for children across the valley, low 50s at 8 o'clock this morning. As of right now, no foggy day schedule, so things are improving with visibility-wise. It's going to be a little hazy from time to time in addition to those clouds, and tomorrow we might see more dense fog once again. Highs, though, if we get enough sunshine, in the 60s. We'll talk more about the weekend forecast in a few minutes. For now, we'll send it back to you.
San Francisco Giants manager Gabe Kapler is honored for the Giants' historic 107-win season. Here's Scott Bemis with your morning sports.
Now, Sports Central, presented by Toyota.
Let's get you out to Clovis High. Rich Lakes Cougars trying to win their first ever regional volleyball title, hosting Redwood out of the Bay Area. Fifth and deciding set, 6'1" junior Sydney Vanek of the Cougars with a couple nice swings. The Clovis Zoo loving it. This one was tight. Redwood has a match point up 15-14 in the fifth now, and a Clovis hitting error wins it for the Giants. The Giants come back from 2 sets down to take it 16-14 in the 5th. The Cougars have to settle for some regional runner-up hardware.
We talked about it right at the beginning that, we're getting this chance here to do something special, and that's what we did for girls volleyball. This is the first time we've actually played in a regional championship, so we're super proud of that. We're really proud of how they represented the school in our program.
The Fresno State Athletic Department continues to mourn the loss of Meredith Jenkins from cancer over the weekend. For the last 4 years at Fresno State, Jenkins oversaw internal aspects of the athletics department. Before that, though, she had already established herself as a nationally recognized trailblazer in 24 years of service at Auburn. In 1994, she was the first woman in the SEC to oversee a media relations department. And after moving into athletic administration in 2005 at Auburn, she developed the Wings program to help female student athletes. This past summer, Auburn named a building in their athletic department in her honor. Meantime, Fresno State defensive end Aaron Mosby has been invited to participate in this year's Hula Bowl. It's an all-star game scheduled for Orlando, Florida on January 15th. The Sanger native is third on the Bulldogs with 4 sacks this season. Gabe Kapler, who skippered the Giants to a franchise-best 107 wins this season, was named National League Manager of the Year Tuesday night. Kapler beat out Craig Counsell of the Brewers and Mike Schilt of the Cardinals in voting by the Baseball Writers Association of America. Finally, but it's time for that video a little better than the rest. It's Bemis' Best. And speaking of Kapler, he found out he won the award from former Giants manager Bruce Bochy, although the live announcement didn't exactly go flawlessly.
Well, I'm still waiting for the news here. I'm sorry.
No, go right ahead. I'm sure you're waiting for a text message to get to you right now. Is that what it is?
I guess. Hold on 1 second. I'll see if they sent on my. Yeah, I'm not going to be that guy that announces the wrong guy. I'm sorry. I haven't got anything, so I'm not going to go out on a limb here, Craig.
Live TV, right? We know all about that. One basketball note before I go. Ex-Bulldog Paul George had a game-high 34 points for the Clippers in a 14-point win over the Spurs. The Clips have won 8 of 9. We'll be right back.
A catfish controversy.
How long will you wait before he doesn't come back from Dubai?
He might be coming back.
You cannot put your life on hold for a ghost.
New Dr. Phil.
Dr. Phil, today at 4 on KC24.
Moving is endless. Want some water?
This is yours.
Thanks, Dad.
There's more to it.
Find the perfect present at the one place that has all that you need.
Been there, done this. We've seen it all at Precision Garage Door. Our vehicles are fully stocked to get the job done right. We can repair most makes and models the same day, and that's why we promise
Precision Door Service, a name you can trust.
People are looking for somebody that's speaking with them versus somebody that's speaking at them.
No angles, no lectures, no opinions. That's the way it is here at News Nation.
I believe that we are nation to give dignity to every voice.
We understand that trust is something that we earn.
Our job isn't to tell you how to think, it's to give you the facts and then let you decide.
That's news for all America.
You like to play hard. That's why there's Calviva Health. Easy, local, and low cost or no cost to you.
Calviva Health. See if you qualify.
You can have straight teeth in about 180 days. Dr. Tom Wigg is Fresno's only senior master provider of fast braces, a unique new patented method of achieving straight teeth in half the time at half the price. Dr. Tom and his experienced staff at Fast Dental Fresno can get your smile on fast. Your treatment could be done before we take our masks off. Join our new retainer club for same-day retainer replacement. Make this your smile for a lifetime year. Call now for a free exam and consultation, 433-6730. Fast Dental in Park Crossing Village.
I started BettyCheck 24 years ago on KC24 to help save lives. Download the YourCentralValley.com app now for monthly self-exam reminder.
This is going to be fun. We're going to string some lights. I'm going to my room. Ta-da!
KC24 News is brought to you in part by EVEquity.org. Local news that matters. This is KC24 News Sunrise.
The parents of Gabby Petito shared their hope for the future, how support and encouragement from others has helped them to talk about domestic violence.
For me, it means preventing this from happening to someone else. If we can try and make that change, that's what we're trying to do here. And that's justice for me.
While Congress runs full speed ahead on the rest of the Biden agenda, President Biden continues his infrastructure tour across the country.
When you see these projects start in your hometowns, I want you to feel what I feel. Pride. Pride of what we can do together as the United States of America.
And one man is under arrest after slashing someone with a sword. The victim taken to CRMC to treat the gash. That's next on KC24 Sunrise.
Good morning and welcome to KC24 Sunrise. I'm Caroline Collins.
And I'm Brody Logan. Thank you for joining us. It is 5:30 a.m. Wednesday, November 17th. We're going to give you a look over Fresno where you can actually see things. It's well, kind of.
It's got a little...
I think it's also this camera zoomed in downtown Fresno, but Ruben Gutierrez has a look at the forecast. Ruben, I mean, it's still better than the last few days.
You can actually see things. That's a big thing this morning here. Of course, it's kind of a combination. There's some light fog and, of course, our camera out there. But you get the idea. You can actually see downtown Fresno from when we're at East Central Fresno out by the airport. Now, there is some fog out there, but it's not the dense fog we've been dealing with for almost a week now. Up in the North Valley, visibility is 2.5 miles, or now 3 miles in Merced, so things have actually improved a little bit. But if you're headed to the coast through 152 out towards Monterey or the 41 to Pismo, you are going to run into some dense fog along the coast, even the inland areas. Here in the Central Valley, 3 to 6 miles from most areas this morning. We've had cloud cover throughout the night and for a good portion of yesterday. Matter of fact, most of the valley did not see any sunshine, so that kept our temperatures in the 50s for our highs. Then our overnight temperatures, and we're in the 50s this morning, so those temperatures are remaining above their dew points. There's still going to be patchy fog out there towards 7 o'clock, but the clouds are going to linger only until the midday hours, and we're actually expecting some decent clearing today, and that will warm temperatures up to the mid-60s. Kind of seasonable, average of 64. We'll go for a high of 65 in Fresno. We'll talk more about the foggy conditions that could return as early as tonight in a few minutes. For now, we will send it back to you.
All right, thank you, Ruben. An apartment complex in East Fresno went up in flames on Tuesday night. More than 24 residents at this apartment complex had to evacuate after a fire broke out, spread very quickly. Officials say it started in one unit in the middle building of the complex. Battalion Chief Tony Escobedo says the department received multiple calls right after 7 p.m. When they arrived on scene, they realized the one unit where the fire started is connected to 24 others through an attic. The fire was spreading quickly among them. Residents were evacuated quickly and safely. No one was injured during this fire. Escobedo says if residents hadn't called so quickly, the situation could have been much worse.
I'll tell you what, if we didn't get the calls coming in and we didn't get here within 4 minutes, we would probably be looking at 24 units and however many displaced in all those 24 units tonight.
Residents inside 4 units are displaced, but everyone else was able to re-enter their apartments. The battalion chief believes the building is old enough to where the code didn't apply. They didn't have to have fire breaks between all the apartments, and that is why they were all connected. So the fire was able to spread so quickly. There might be more people displaced because firefighters had to shut the building's power off. The exact cause of that fire still under investigation.
A man in Fresno is slashed by a sword during an argument that turned violent. This all unfolding outside of a business in the area of Marks and Hernan Avenues Tuesday afternoon around 4. Fresno police say a 38-year-old Yadwinder Singh slashed the 42-year-old victim in the arm during an argument. Investigators say that the two knew each other. Officers wrapped the victim's arm in a tourniquet, which they say likely saved his life. Police have not released the name of the victim. He was taken to CRMC for treatment and is in stable condition. Singh is now in the Fresno County Jail being held on charges of attempted murder and mayhem.
A group of Fresno residents are demanding the city to take action against industrial developments they say cause pollution and potential health hazards. People who live in the area of the new Amazon warehouse say that it is sparking all of the action they've taken this year. So far, they've been working with the Leadership Council for what they are calling justice and accountability to sue the city.
It's time that the city is held accountable. It's time that they actually listen to the residents of South Fresno.
Right now, people are demanding the city stop rezones that allow more industry in South Fresno. Neighborhoods want to adopt an environmental impact report that ensures meaningful protection for residents.
President Biden's infrastructure tour continues. The president is heading to Detroit to see how the nation's largest automaker is preparing for an electric future. While back in Washington, Democrats are beginning work on the next steps in his agenda. NBC's Chris Pallone has the latest.
Day 2 of President Biden's infrastructure roadshow. Visiting this Factory Zero, the center of automaker GM's plans to build nothing but electric vehicles by 2035.
The quicker we can bring everyone along to EVs, the better it's going to be for climate.
After signing a $1 trillion infrastructure bill Monday, the president is trying to show voters how that spending will affect them. The government now set to fund a network of electric vehicle charging stations across the country. Tuesday, Mr. Biden visited a key New Hampshire bridge, which will now get much needed repairs.
When you see these projects start in your hometowns, I want you to feel what I feel. Pride. Pride of what we can do together as the United States of America.
Back in Washington, lawmakers turned to part 2 of the president's agenda, a $1.75 trillion bill with money to create new social safety net programs and to fight climate change.
We'll keep going in the weeks ahead by passing the rest of the president's Build Back Better agenda.
Republicans are united against it.
It will only exacerbate, only make worse inflation, not only this year, but next year.
And some Democrats wonder how more spending would affect rising consumer prices.
When I hear it when I go to the grocery store or if I go to the gas station, they say, "Are you as mad as I am?" And I says, "Absolutely."
Democratic House leadership wants to vote on that spending bill this week. The Senate. News, Washington.
President Joe Biden cleared up a few comments he made yesterday about Taiwan and independence. He clarified comments he made when using the word independence while referencing Taiwan. Biden says that they are going by the tenets that identify what international airspace and what international waters are. The comments stem from his conversation with China's president, who he spoke with last night about the Taiwan Act.
I said that they have to decide. They, Taiwan, not us. And we are not encouraging independence. We're encouraging that they do exactly what the Taiwan Act requires. And that's what we're doing.
Biden says the U.S. is not going to change its policy, adding that it's up to Taiwan to make the decision on independence.
The parents of Gabby Petito are speaking out for the first time since her remains were found nearly 2 months ago. Gabby's mother, Nicole Schmidt, and Joe Petito talked to the media about how they are working through their grief and about the Gabby Petito Foundation, which was started in late September. Gabby went missing after leaving on a cross-country road trip with her fiance, Brian Laundrie. Her body was later found near Grand Teton National Park in Wyoming. They say they have received responses from all over the world and share the overwhelming support they have received since Gabby's death.
For me, it means preventing this from happening to someone else. If we can try and make that change, that's what we're trying to do here. And that's justice for me.
We're very fortunate, in terms of the amount of compassion that we've been shown, from around the globe.
If you are experiencing domestic violence and need or want help, you can contact the local police department, the Marjorie Mason Center. That number is 559-233-HELP. The Valley Crisis Center, that number is 209-725-7900. Just if you have a smartphone by you, you can take a picture of the screen. That will give you those numbers and you can have them.
Tuesday, families of 22-year-old Bahardi Shahani held a funeral service. Shahani died after suffering a severe brain injury at Travis Scott's Astroworld Festival. Shahani was the 9th victim to die, with 10 victims dead in total from the festival. Mourners greeted her grief-stricken parents with loving hugs and condolences as the video montage of Shahani played on a screen. Family members say Shahani is gone too and cousin at the concert when they were trapped in a crowd surge in which hundreds were trampled. Shahani remained in a coma for nearly a week before she was declared dead at a hospital in Houston.
In Kenosha, Wisconsin, protesters are making their voices heard. Now, the jury still doesn't have an official verdict in the Kyle Rittenhouse case as of last night. Protesters are demanding justice for those who were killed and injured by Rittenhouse. Rittenhouse's actions last summer followed the shooting of Jacob Blake. He claims that he was in Kenosha in the third night of protests to defend local businesses. He says he was acting in self-defense during the shooting. Rittenhouse has been charged with 5 felonies, including intentional homicide. The jury in the case began its deliberations Tuesday. It's expected to resume today at 10 a.m. Eastern. If convicted, Rittenhouse could face life in prison.
KC24 Sunrise time is 5:39.
Still ahead. It ain't the Staples Center anymore. We're going to show you whose name's going to be blasted on the top of this iconic arena. We're showing you right now if you can read that. But you know what? Stay with us because we'll give you more information, I'm sure.
And then, true Laker fans, it's always going to be the Staples Center like it was always the Forum. So why even bother? We're getting a much-needed break from the fog this morning, but for how long? First, your 40 allergy forecast brought to you by Boz Allergy, Elm and Juniper, the top pollens, and we're in the low range through Saturday. I'll show you when the sunshine will finally make a comeback as KC24 Sunrise continues.
Is KC24 Sunrise with Caroline Collins, Brody Logan, and the certified most accurate forecast with forecaster Ruben Contreras, your local weather authority. KC24, local news that matters.
This room, for 3.5 decades, has delivered important news.
Fire crews on the scene of a fire at a senior community. News that's changed our lives. How bad is the damage out there where you are?
Local stories that have changed us. Local stories that matter.
All from right here, straight to your home. With our commitment to local news never stronger.
It's local news that matters. Just you watch.
Money trouble? In a forbearance? Feeling financially hopeless? I'm Julia Tadich, and Clovis First Mortgage can help you with a home loan to meet your individual cash-out refinance needs. Rely on our decades of experience. Call us today.
How powerful is an Invisalign smile? So powerful, you can face anything, even these faces. Invis is a powerful thing. This is the clear line. Predictable. Invisalign. Shop Macy's Black Friday specials while supplies last. Like makeup, fragrances, and more, 50% off. Plus bedding updates, 65% off. And fun family PJs, $19.99 and under. And get same-day delivery, now at Macy's.
We are the Colleges of State Center Community College District. Register now. We'll find the funds.
I'm very thankful for financial aid because it helped me stay in school and focus on my studies.
Register with State Center. We have the tools.
All of you guys register and you could get all the technology that you need.
Get the technology you need. And we have food pantry support.
I can always rely on the Reedley Food Pantry to provide the items I need to succeed.
State Center, building bright new pathways to your future. Go online to research and register with our colleges now.
I'm Julia Tadich. Any realtor can say they can get you the best financial outcome for the sale or purchase of a home, but it takes decades of experience to back that up. Clovis First Real Estate offers that level of experience and more. So if you're looking to buy or sell, call us now.
Annie Live, December 2nd on NBC.
Welcome back on this Wednesday morning. We are getting a much-needed break from the dense fog. There's still patchy fog out there this morning, but if you are traveling to the Sacramento Valley or to the coast along the 152 or 41, you will run into some dense fog. Here in the Central Valley, visibility is about 3 to 4 miles right now. Lowest visibility is in Porterville at 3 miles. Also 3 miles in Merced this morning, 6 for Fresno. Now, there's patches in between where it could be a little dense, but it's not the widespread dense fog we've been dealing with for almost a week now. Somewhat of a decent view from our Valley Cam here at KC24, powered by 813 Properties. We're looking at downtown Fresno. You could actually see it. The Security Bank is in the center of your screen, and this is kind of a mixture. Some clouds and haze out there this morning, and our temperature in Fresno 55 degrees, dew points at 49, so there's separation right there. So that's a good thing. When those temperatures meet up, that's when we have 100% humidity, and that's when the fog's very dense. Plus there's just a little bit of wind, a very light breeze from the northwest at 5 miles an hour. That's mixing things up. 52 in Merced, 53 in Porterville, 56 in Lemoore this morning, and compared to 24 hours ago, it is a little bit warmer out there, just by a degree or two. You're probably not feeling a big difference of our temperatures because we really didn't get any sunshine at all in the Central Valley. So highs were only in the mid-50s and temperatures were basically in the mid-50s all day until tonight, until this morning. So not a huge difference, but with some clearing this afternoon, temperatures will actually warm up to the 60s. High pressure is still in control of our weather pattern. It's just lighting off to the south a little bit, but another trough digs in, and that will help mix things up, giving us sunshine late this afternoon and clear skies early on in the evening. But when we have sunshine and clear skies for a good portion of the day, that means we're going to pay the price the next day. So dense fog can make a big comeback tomorrow morning, but Futurecast wants to send some clouds back into the valley on Thursday, so that might help us out for Friday, getting another break from the dense fog. As for air quality, it's moderate in all Valley counties, and it's on going to be this way for today. Wood burning restrictions in place for Merced, Madera, Fresno, Kings, Tulare counties. Fireplace use only allowed if fireplace is a clean burning registered device. That is from the Valley Air District. As for our temperatures, counting on the sunshine, fairly seasonable. 65 our forecast high. Average is 64 for this time of year, and the record is 81 set back in 2008. Most of the valley today, low to mid 60s. 64 in Kiliman City, 64 in Pixley, 65 in 5 Points, 65 in Fresno, 65 in Madera, 57 for China Peak, 55 for Sequoia, 66 in Oak, 65 in Mariposa, 66 in Los Banos, and of course our temperatures are going to be much more comfortable out here. Well, we were going to show you our dog walking forecast. I forgot to put it in there. We'll put it in the next segment here. 65 our forecast high today. 67 tomorrow. We're going to see some areas of dense fog return in the morning, and then we're going to see a little bit of clearing in the weekend. Now we're still going to see some fog from time to time, and it is going to be patchy and dense, but another trough digs in this weekend, and hopefully that will mix things up, and we're going to be in the 60s early next week, seeing some clouds. And guess what happens? Another trough digs into Northern California. We miss out on the rain, but if everything goes well, I know we want rain, but things could be dry through Thanksgiving Day weekend, so that is good news if you're traveling so far. That could change. Your regional forecast.